Hey, this is Doug Alcock here. I'm with the Eclectic Street Self-Defense. I'm here with the Armed Ladies of Tulsa, and I'm ready to show them some street self-defense, some quick moves, how to get out of different situations. I'm a 4th degree black belt, master instructor, but on the street that really doesn't mean anything. Please stay tuned for more videos, and I'll give you more updates on things to come. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys coming out here. My name is Doug Alcock, and this is Jaden, my helper. I've been doing this for probably close to 25 years, and I want to let you know that anything out in the street is possible. With you ladies carrying guns and getting used to guns, I just want to show you some quick techniques and different things of doing some hand-to-hand combat in case you can't get to your gun. And it doesn't take much to take a big guy down, so what some women think, well, I can't do the things, I can't do high kicks, or I can't do certain things. When you work with the human body, it's very easy to take them down, especially when you work against pressure points. Now, there's a myth out there that everyone says, well, I carry a gun, so I'm safe, and it's a big myth, especially the guys. The guys are like, I got a gun, I don't need to know self-defense, or I don't need to know stuff. It's proven, the theory is proven that I can come up to you within 21 feet and attack you before you can pull your gun out. It has even happened to cops. Dan Anasano actually has a video on YouTube proving the point of I can attack you from 21 feet before the cop actually pulls out his gun and to fire. If he has a gun, just like put it in your thing right there, okay? And I'm just standing here and I say, hey, I can't see the gun. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Some people, when they're on drugs or alcohol, they don't really care. Hey, you got the time? All of a sudden they attack you, or hey, you got a cigarette, or hey, you got something. All of a sudden they're going to attack you, or they might place their hand on the gun and then go ahead and attack and then take the gun from them. So that is, you got to be careful with that. Is someone coming and approaching you, and you just really, you got to actually just keep your distance. Say, I'm not comfortable with you coming up to me that close. So you want to keep your distance, and you always want to be off to the side. You don't want to be head on head with somebody face to face. You always want to keep off of their range, because there's angles that you take, different stepping. For instance, if he's there, and I want to step off here, and now I have a better angle to attack him, and it's better for me to get out of his attack. For instance, if he has a gun, okay, come over here like this, and he has a face that way. And if he has a gun here and he points it at me, take your finger out. Okay. The main thing you want to do is that you want to step away. You just don't want to stay here and say, no, please, don't shoot. You always want to step away. So he has it up here. I'm going to step away, and I'm going to hit, and then I'm going to attack. Okay. And I'm going to take him down and knee, and then do a bunch of different things. That's how easy it is to take a gun away. You okay?
No.
Okay, come on up.
I'm just glad you didn't do the neck twist thing.
Yes,
that part's
but what it is in most, even if you have it two-handed, it doesn't matter, because if I step out of the way, of course you don't want to have it one-handed. Of course you don't want to do it with one-handed like this, and all of a sudden it goes flying out, and then all of a sudden his buddies are over there, or some kids, and then their kids are going to pick it up and say, hey, look, I've got a gun. So there's certain ways to take a gun away from somebody without harming other people. For instance, if I come here, I'm going to step off to the side, I'm going to go straight to the eyes, and I'm going to take the gun, and I'm going to defend myself. The big thing is step. All you have to do is just a quick step. Have the gun, I come in here, I step. I go straight to the eyes. Point, I come in here, I step, I go to the throat, I go to the ear, I go to the sternum, okay? Now, of course, you have your hand here, put your finger in there. Okay, now this is just for safety purposes. I'm going to show you, I'm going straight to the eyes, okay? Then I'm going to come and grab the gun, but now I got him in a finger lock and I take him straight down, okay? And then I go ahead and attack him, but I have him in a lock where he can't get out of it, okay? So be prepared just to, if somebody has a gun on you, you know, like especially the gangster style, you know, come over here, you know, they're coming up, you know, you got to be, what do you want? Okay, see how easy it is to take that gun away, and then of course you go to the eyes, to the throat, or anything like that. And what I want to show you is come over here. This part of is the sternum, okay? And it's very easy to hit somebody there. He's a big guy. Nobody can take pressure there. No one can take that because it's a bone. There's no muscle there. Okay. So for instance, if all I have to do is push and knock his equilibrium off, and it's very easy to take him away because the way your center line is right here, or to the sternum. You have the solar plex and the sternum. Okay, right here and then down here. Now right here is very easy to kill somebody. At the age 40 it becomes hard, that little bone right there. At the age 40 it becomes hard, and so it's very easy to see right here. Okay, so for instance, if he has me in the stranglehold like this, you know, and you see in the movies like, oh, I can't get away, I go ahead and okay, all you got to do is step away, and it's that easy. Go ahead and hold me tight, real tight. Okay, all I did was push on the sternum area. It's very easy to get away. You know, he's holding me, and I'm like, oh no, I'm taking my knuckle and I'm pushing right here, and it's very easy to push him away. Now, of course, you can go to the throat. You go to the eyes. Okay, then I have him and I take him down. All right, then I can go ahead and knee and do other things. Come on, back up. The main thing is, on the human body, you have the eyes, you have the throat, you have the ears, you have the sternum, you have the groin, and then the bladder are the main area, the main target areas to hit a man and take him down very easy. Now, if a guy is on drugs or alcohol, you hit him in the little guys downstairs, it doesn't affect him. Okay, if you hit him in the bladder, right below the belt is the bladder, right on the belt is the bladder. If you hit him there, he'll go down instantly. Okay, so there's a lot of myths that people don't know about. If you hit a guy in the groin, sometimes it is ineffective. So you go straight to the bladder with a quick knee shot, you know, or if I'm here and I can't get my knee down here, then I'm going to strike down here just like that. I'm going straight down. And it's very easy to take him down because if I push here, see that? Okay. So, and if I even push up here, I can take him down. So it's very easy to take a guy. I grab a hold of his neck back here. I take him straight down. Okay. Yes, exactly. So don't be afraid to, once you learn the human body and the pressure points, just the basic stuff is going to be very easy to get away from anything. Any type of hold that somebody grabs you in, or you'll be very easy to get away because you don't have to become an expert. I've been doing this for, like I said, close to 25 years. And you don't have to become an expert to know everything. I've been teaching Jaden for a couple of years now. I've been teaching him some collie and stick fighting and certain things, and him and his kids love it. They pick right up, and it's very easy to learn. It's just a lot of different pressure points to take people away. Like for instance, he grabs my wrist. Okay, a lot of people think I can't get away from his grip, because it's so strong. The weakest part of the hand is the thumb. Okay, so all I'm going to do is step up and hit him right there. See that, the thumb area? I'm going straight up like this, taking my elbow and going right here, and then of course, then there's the growing area. Excuse me. Grab again. Okay, now I can go across the body like this. Okay, and grab, hit through the jaw. Come up. Elbow, knee, knee, elbow. Okay. Even in this area here, the armpit area is very tender. Okay. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I feel it.
Okay.
I hate this part.
So there's a lot of nerves in here. Okay. So all I had to do is poke them right here, anywhere in these areas, in the floating rib. Okay, it's very easy to take a person down. Okay, so for instance, Becky brought a lot of Kubotans with her, a lot of things you can carry on your keychain. I like pens and pencils. I work construction, so I wear a hat, so I usually have a pencil in my hat or my ear area. So it's very easy to use this, or things that are simple that you can carry with you instead of carrying like huge things or big machete like I have here and stuff. But what you want is, you know, for instance, if I have this and he's going to come and attack me, then I'm going to strike those simple areas. I'm going to go to the eyes or to the throat or to the ears or to the sternum. Very easy weapon. Of course, it all depends on the situation, the life or death situation. You just can't go up to somebody and poke their eyes out and then all of a sudden you get sued. You know, it all depends on the situation of how you want to protect yourself in certain scenarios. Now, the ears are very sensitive, okay? So if I hit his ear, I can make him make that ringing noise. You know, you ever go like this to your ears and you feel that ringing in there? Okay, if I hit him twice, if he has me like here, if I just do that, I can make him go deaf or make his ears bleed. Okay, so it's very simple to get away from an assailant. You know, all I had to do is pop it like that, and then all of a sudden I can run, because all of a sudden he's going like this. So it doesn't take much to get away from somebody. Again, different things. I have a Kubotan on my keychain. This is made out of you know, metal, so it's very easy to hit in certain areas. You know, if he grabs my wrist, all I'm going to do is remove it. Okay, you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not even pushing down hard. All I'm doing is going like this.
And my grip is loosening.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Okay, I can go to here. I can go to the bicep. I can go to the chest or the sternum and to the eyes, or, you know, like I said, in those areas. So it's very easy to get away. Grab again, you know, I can grab the back here, this pressure point back here, and then all I have him in a lock now. Okay, and then I have his thumb, and then I'll have him in a different lock. And so there's so many locks, you know, but I don't want to get into all this fancy stuff where I can start throwing him and flipping him and getting him all in all sorts of moves, because in reality, in the street, that doesn't really happen. There's a lot of karate schools out there that will teach you to do certain things, you know, out in the street, and it's bullcrap. It's not going to work. It's just very simple, basic stuff. Anything in your purse you can use as a weapon. Of course, you know, ladies that have the combs and the picks, and then another thing with the gun myth, you know, if I have this. See how fast that comes out? So if he has a gun and all of a sudden I'm just on him really quick like that, he doesn't have time to pull out his gun and to, you know. So what I want to show you guys is that it's very easy to get away from anything. You can use your credit card or your license to swipe his eyes, to his throat, anywhere in his body, and this actually hurts. Actually, I can actually cut his flesh. I can come this way and this way. So it's very easy, and of course you don't have to have the hand speed that I have or that he has. All it takes is just a little pressure, okay, a little pressure here to move a guy. Let's see, and of course there's different guns that people carry. Of course, these are all fake guns, but you know, it all depends on how heavy they are and what you want to do, and there's certain gun techniques that you can take away, and there's certain things you can't. Like this plastic one here, you can't do certain gun techniques because it's not heavy. You can't maneuver, you know. Like if this is heavy here, have the gun, now all I got to do is turn it, you know, he can't hold it tight. Okay? There's no way he can hold that because the angle of the gun, and all of a sudden his finger's on there, so now he's committing suicide. You know, so, and my fingers aren't on the gun, well, on the trigger anyway. So I just want to let you ladies be aware out in the street that it's very easy to take a man down, or you know, like I said, anything in your purse you can use as a weapon. Once you learn different angles of the body, it's very easy to take them down. Like for instance, if I'm go ahead and step here, and if I'm down on my knees like this, for somehow I got down, there's areas in here where I can attack, or I can place my shoulder right here, and all I had to do is press, and he goes down really fast, and I can snap that knee if I want. Or if I have my keys or my Kubotan or something like that, I can strike in here. There's our pressure point right there, and it's very easy for him to move or strike up to the groin. I can go ahead and place it on his ankle right here and take his ankle down. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slap my hands like I'm slapping the ears. I'm going to slap his thigh and his leg right here. Okay, so it doesn't take much to take. It doesn't take much to take a person down as long as you know the angle. So if I'm down here and I'm being beaten, or a man's telling me to get down on my hands and knees or something like that, it's very easy. Of course, you want to cover your face because he's going to probably knee you or pull your hair. So you're going to go to the groin, you're going to grab it and strike. Like I said, take your forearm or your shoulder and just push on his knee, but place your hands back here, because what that does is that snaps the knee, and then of course you can get up and run.
That or shoot.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, right, exactly. But like I said, it all depends on the situation.
Can you show her again?
Pull on the heel, push on the knee.
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just like, if I'm here, I'm gonna grab the heel, and I'm just gonna kind of like push my shoulder right into his knee. Boom. Okay, and then I take his shoe off and run. Okay.
No, but you're saying you're doing this. Look at your muscles. Look at our muscles.
But it doesn't take much. Like I said, stand up.
My kids
Okay, come
could
here.
do this, seriously.
Come here. Now, if I go here and here, now, you see the knee? The knee does not.
I'm flexing my... And
right.
There's nothing...
Now, if you want to try it, you can come in and try it.
No, after I've seen you do it again. Oh, you may do it.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
don't
do
you?
it.
Come here.
Go,
Come on.
girl.
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
No, not at all.
Now go slow, because you can hurt them. Okay. Now all you have to do is place your hands.
Now I want you
Right
to
here.
feel, I'm not trying to show off or have you feel my leg, but you feel that it's
Like a
tense.
rock.
Okay? Okay, so you're going to do exactly what he
You
did.
place your hands on his heel. Now, if you can, you can do that if you're strong enough. All you have to do is push. But your weight of your shoulder and your body, you're going to use your shoulder.
So put your other hand.
Both here.
Yeah. Yep. And then push.
And
Now, did
you
you go
felt
down?
no. No, you had it right. Listen, that's the thing. These are-
My God, you guys are rocks. Look at this.
Cheer for this, remember.
Yes.
But that's the thing. It doesn't matter how
It's-
big we are.
It's all body mechanics. It's very easy to take a joint of the human body and move it. Of course, make a muscle. Okay, I can't move his arm this way, but if I take it this way, his arm don't go that way. So I go against the joint. So if I'm here, I'm just take him out of the room. Now all I'm going to do is, he's choking me. All I'm going to do is grab the thumb and take the thumb and snap the thumb down. Now I'm not using any muscle. All I'm doing is pushing down. Of course, the fingers are the weakest things of the human body, so I can take a finger and just take him straight down really quick. I can control him this way if I want to take him out of the room. Sorry, Jaden.
It's all right.
Now I can come back. I can come back into this way and come back into a wrist flex and then take him straight down this way, or take his whole hand and turn it down. Okay, like for instance, if he's pointing his finger at me, you know how guys either in your face and all you do is, excuse, what'd you say? It's that easy to take a huge guy like this and just take his finger and push him straight down to the ground. And all you
I
have.
think he's going to be taking his other hand trying to grab you.
Well, it all depends on if you hold him here for long enough, his pain tolerance will kick in and he'll be able to fight me. But
If they're under the influence.
well, you can break it real quick. If they're under influence, you want to hold him there. You don't want to hold him there, because now he's gonna. have the influence and he's going to be able to do something, okay? So it's very easy to, it all depends on the situation again, okay? I can take his finger down, hit his knee, and then run, hit his face, or go with the palm to the ear. Yeah, I want to show you something, which it doesn't take very much at all to hit somebody, okay? Now, come over this way. Now hold the book right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is a normal boxing or normal people, Taekwondo people, whoever, they'll punch like this, But if I'm in close, I'm just gonna hit them really fast, like this. I'm just gonna boom, and I'm just doing it really lightly. So you don't have to use a lot of power. If I'm in close, if I'm in his face, like the palm is the best way to hit somebody, not a fist or anything like that. Use your palm. Okay. So if I'm in here. Sorry. Now come over here this way a little bit more.
I know you want to show the camera and all, but I
No.
have the pad.
All I'm going to do is I'm not really going to push, because if I push him, he's going to come straight back at me and attack me. Okay? So what I want to do is hit him in that area, this area here, with a palm thrust. All I'm going to do is boom. And that knocked him back that far. And he's not faking. He's not, doing this for
That's
the camera.
the thing. It would have knocked the air out of me
Right.
if you would have done that, and I didn't have this.
Right. It's very easy. So if I hit him with a punch, just stand there. Okay, you see that? He stays there. But if I'm relaxed and I hit with a palm, I can control him. So it's a lot easier to hit with a palm. So if I'm in the close with the face, if he has me like with a stranglehold or something like that, I'm in here, all I got to do, instead of trying to get out of it, boom, really fast, or boom, really fast to the chin. If I punch him like this, it's not going to hurt him because of his muscle. But if I turn my fist like this and I use my knuckles, I go right into the sternum and it hurts. Or here, if I punch him here, it's not going to hurt.
Don't do it.
If I punch him here, it's not going to hurt. Or if I punch him here in the arm, it's not going to hurt. So the bigger the area, it's not going to hurt, because your hands are big. So when people you see people punch on each other all the time, and they're like, well, that doesn't faze me. But people can't take nerve damage or nerve pressure or pressure points. So all I got to do is take my finger and put it in his neck and move the guy there. Or here, take my finger, instead of here, I'm just going to move my finger. See his face? Okay. Okay. And what I'm saying is just going to be very easy to get out of something. Any scenario you think of, you can get out of. You think of your hands are always free. No, most of the guys aren't going to come up to you and be like, I'm going to attack you. I'm going to be like this. Most guys are going to attack you, or they're going to grab you. They're going to pick you up. They're going to do something, or even they might do one arm and to pull you. But the thing is if they pull you, go with them. Okay? If somebody's attacking you, go with them. And I'll prove what I'm trying to show is I'll prove if they pull you, go with them. You see my hands, my knees? I can use my knees, my hands. So if he pulls me, all I'm doing is boom. Don't resist, because I can't. There's no way I can. So when they pull you, just follow them. Just go right to the eyes. And then that's the main focus. What I want you, if you don't learn anything tonight, go to the eyes. The eyes, because no person can take it. A lot of times they can take the throat if you miss the throat, or certain areas, or the ears if you miss the ear, a little bit. But if you go to the eyes, you can drop a man instantly.
Are you saying fingers in the eyes?
Yes, I'm not saying poke the eyes out. Just, you ever got hit in the eye and your eye starts watering? It's just a little tap. That's all it takes. Of course, I'm not saying to go through his brain and grab his eye out. But yeah, as a keepsake. But come over here. But watch this here. Okay?
Wow.
Just that little bit in the eyes is not going to poke the eyes out. It's going to be enough where they're going to go in about insy-bincy little bit, enough for them to get on their knees and start crying, and enough time for you to run. Now, of course, it all depends on the situation. You don't want to say, oh, I got him in the eyes. Now I really got him. Now I can do this, and I can do that, and I can do this. And then all of a sudden he awakens, or he gets that off him, and he grabs you, and then now you guys are wrestling on the ground.
You just want the opportunity to get away.
The opportunity to get away.
Girls,
Yeah.
shoot.
Yeah. Yes. So the ears, the eyes, the throat really fast, just like that. Okay? So even if he has a, turn to me. If he's going to punch me or push me, you know, go ahead. I'm stepping in like this. I'm not stepping away, like go ahead and step or punch. I'm not stepping back because then I can get hit. You're going to block with your left and come up with your right. So you're gonna throw the punch. There's his eyes.
And
So-
then?
Well, if I hit your eyes, it's basically almost over with because
Okay.
I'm not going to worry about the other one because you go ahead and punch. If I come in here and I grab his eyes or his face and I hit, then I have enough time just to take the knee out, take him down, you know, and then run. Okay? So,
But don't help him up.
right. But if I'm here like this, all I'm going to do is press, and it's very easy to take. You don't have to use muscle or anything. All I'm doing is pressing on the back of his knee. You ever go up to somebody back in the day and you hit them like that and they go like that? It's very easy to take them down. So if I'm here, or even a side kick, if he grabs my arm or my purse, to say I have a purse, hopefully I'd never have a purse, but but if I step into the same V, but I'm not looking at him, I'm still angling my body. I'm here, and I step back and I break his knee or his ankle. I'm going to go really slow, and I'll show you. As I kick back in the knee, watch his ankle. Go down, go down. His ankle will break. If he's there, they stay down there. Go ahead, go out on your knee. His ankle's right there. All I had to do is like that, and his ankle snaps. And it doesn't take much pressure. So if I hit back in the knee and they fall down, then see where that is? Now all he has to do is kick, and it's over with. And then hurry up and get the heck out of there. You know, when you're having a gun and you want to fire it, don't hold it out there in front of them. Okay? Because it's very easy to take away, like I showed you. It's very easy to take away. What you want to do is you want to have your hand out here to keep your distance, and you want to be off on an angle, not face to face. So if I'm here and here, I have a little bit more room to play with because I want to keep my distance. I don't ever want to be like this because they can take the gun away very quickly, like I showed you there. So if you have the gun in your purse or your side, you know, you want to step off to the side. You don't want to square up with the guy. Step off to the side and then keep your distance like that. You know, of course, you don't want to have your hand way out there too hard because you can shoot your own hand off. You know, so there's a safe distance for both of them because you want to like back off, keep your distance, but you don't want to, of course, your gun in the way of, your hand. But it's very hard to hit a moving target. You know, you see cops, you see a bunch of people shooting people, they shoot them 5 times and still miss. And they're professionals. You know, if somebody's gone all over the place, they might hit them in the ankle, the thigh, or somewhere like that, but there's not deadly blows because it's very hard to control the gun and for the situation. So you just got to keep the gun here. Don't go all over with it. Bang, bang, like they do out in the street. You want to just keep it here, and you have better control of your surroundings. And of course, the main thing is be aware of your surroundings. Always be aware of your surroundings. Always look behind you. You don't want your back facing other people. If you want to talk, for instance, if I'm back here, I want to talk to him like this. I don't want to talk to him like this, okay? Because you got to know your surroundings. And every once in a while, you just got to glance and look around. You know, don't ever just keep your eyes focused on one thing all the time. You always just got to glance and look to be safe. Safe for your loved ones and everything like that. And of course, don't park next to a van and there's no windows on the edge of the Walmart. If I'm here shopping or if I'm coming with my keys to the car and someone grabs me, okay, remember your hands are always free. Okay, no one's gonna grab you down close, like grab me way down here. No one's gonna go like that. Basically, they're gonna pick you up and carry you, or just slightly pick me up at top. Okay, he picks me up. I still have my hands free.
Oh!
So my point is, your hands are always free, and you're gonna actually grab and twist. Okay, and of course, if you have high heels on. Thanks to my girlfriend, I brought her shoe. But if somebody has a weapon on them and they're coming with especially a knife or anything, you can always take your shoe off to use it as defense. You know, you put your hand here, you know, and if they're swinging at you with a knife or something like that, you have a hard surface to block. Or you can use this end here and go ahead and strike certain areas. You know, because it uses as a pressure point, as a Kubotan, a finger. You know, I usually keep my Kubotans about the width of my finger because it goes in deeper than a bigger surface. So if I'm in here, I'm going to hit to the head or hit to the groin, and I'm just going to get the heck out of there. Of course, you can take your belt off and use your belt as a weapon. You know, certain things, certain moves you can do for that just to keep your distance. But anything you can use as a weapon. For instance, I always wear a hat, and I use that as a weapon. Like, for instance, since there's a hat here, I think I'm going to borrow it for a second. Like, if I'm here, if I have my hat and he's coming to attack me, you know, all of a sudden, I threw that off to get his focus off something else. Or if you have change in your pocket or something, throw it in their face. All of a sudden, it gives you that quick second to run. Of course, don't throw your purse at them and with all your money in it. Yeah, or your gun in it. But it's very easy to throw something in their face enough to go ahead and attack and to get out of there. But what I was going back with, certain things you can carry on your key ring is different small knives. Of course, I have this little knife here. I just hook it on there, and you know, it's very, very small, and you don't have to have something very big. You don't have to carry around this in your purse, you know, because this is actually easier to take away because it's bigger. For instance, you know, you have these little quick knives here, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm going to keep this closed, but I can attack him faster and easier if he has a gun, if he has anything. I can attack him faster with this than anything. So if he's out here like that, and for instance, he's going to come and attack me, if he even grabs my hand, I can use the back of my keys, my Kubotan, I can strike here and go up here really fast, okay? But if I have a knife, I'm going to be constantly slicing him. I'm not just going to be like this. In Kali, it's called a thousand slices, which basically means you just don't stop. So if I'm here, I'm constantly moving my hand with this small little knife. If I have this knife here, it's going to be a lot easier for him to take it away. But if I have my keys, just say, this is my keys, I have my keys, I use this as a knife. Go to the throat, go to the eyes, you know, go to the sternum, you know, slice. You know, so if I can't grab a hold of my Kubotan or anything that I use your keys. But never ever put your finger in there. A lot of guys, come over here, a lot of construction, or a lot of people, schools will tell you to keep your finger in there and use it. But if they can grab a hold of that, they can rip your finger right off. So never put your finger in your keys. Always keep them where you can have them loosely. And again, different strikes to the body will definitely help.
Yeah.
And the thing is that statistics say that the people that get attacked the most is the vulnerable people. If you walk around like this, like you have your head up and your shoulders back and you're proud and thank God that you're alive and you're just living life, you know, if you walk around like this and go to your car and be like, you know,
Look at your cell phone.
yeah, looking at your cell phone, you know, that's where the attackers are going to come. They're going to look at their vulnerable. They're not going to look at somebody like, yeah, I don't think I can attack her. She's going to whip my ass, you know, or something. So you got to be aware of your surroundings, and you got to hold your head up high, you know, when you're walking, so you're not vulnerable. Again, different scenarios. For instance, if he has me in a headlock, okay. Again, your hands are still free, okay. So all I'm going to do is, you know, what I did is hit the groin, and I hit behind him in the tailbone, you know, just like that. So, and again, grab me here, you know, and again, all I'm going to do is take my knee and push on the back of his knee, okay? And I took him down, and I can, and walk away, okay? Again, grab me in the headlock. I can come up, hit him in the groin area. I can come up, take my finger under his nose, and take him straight down. See how easy that was? It doesn't take much pressure Put your finger right here against your nose and push up. You can't, it hurts, and you can't resist it. So all I had to do is put my finger right there and just push straight up. And take a guy down just like that, like I showed you. And I didn't have to use my muscles. I didn't have to use anything. All I used was the nerve. You know, I can grab him in the arm. You see how big his arms are? But if I grab him in his arm, I can take him out. Take him out anywhere, you know, just like this. So it doesn't matter how big the person is. It all depends on where you're going to grab them, you know. So for instance, if I'm, come this way again. If he grabs my shirt, watch there. If he grabs my shirt, I'm going to take my forearm and just push it right on his bicep. Okay? And that's very easy. What I did is use my bone right here and put it on his bicep. And another thing, the bigger the person, the bigger the pressure point. Okay? So it's very easy to take a bigger guy down. I hit to the neck or I hit to the eyes, and I'm going to just, all I'm going to do is like this. And if I want to step, I can take him down faster. You know, so I'm stepping and boom, he's down. You know, of course, then you have your knees, you know, you have your stomps to the feet with your heels, if you wear heels. If not, it's still going to hurt. And the thing is, I'm going to show you a couple quick kicks. One is a front kick, a side kick, back kick, and a Wing Chun. Wing Chun is, I'm here, and I'm just putting my foot out like this. Just like that, okay? And this will be a front. You never want to kick high. You can go to these schools and they teach you to kick high and do all these flips. It doesn't work out in the street. So everything from here down is going to work. Here down. So I'm going to use the ball of my foot like this, like I'm doing jump rope. That's how you're going to kick. There's a front kick. I'm going to snap it out there like that. Take his knee out. Take his groin out, okay? Side kick. I'm going to use the side of my foot and just hit him like that. So if he's standing there like that and he grabs my purse or he grabs something, I'm just going to take his knee out really fast. Now the Wing Chun is my favorite because I'm here. He might see me back up and try to kick, or he might see my kicks, but no one can see a Wing Chun coming because it's quick and the way the angle is. All I'm going to do is go to his shin and to his knee like this. Sorry. Okay? So here, but I'm just showing you that it doesn't take much to get the focus off. Like if he's really strong and he has my wrist, and I'm trying everything I can, all I do is tap him, and it takes that quick second for him to get his focus off of what he's doing. And I can do a little front kick there, just enough to go like that, and that will be enough to. Because if he grabs me and I can't get out, there's no possible way. But don't ever think that. If somebody grabs you, there's always a way out, and it's very, very easy. You grab, look at this little pinky right here. Take him and break that pinky, you know. So grab really tight, you know. I'm just gonna come up here, grab that pinky.
I'm really trying to resist.
And I'm just gonna snap that pinky right off. Well, the thumb is different. I can grab the thumb and I can pull out, but the way the angle is, you know, I can come in here and I can get out really fast. Very easy to get out of a hand grip, like I showed you. You just go towards the thumb, hitting the sternum with your elbow. Now I can also shoot down to his groin. No, you know, most men are thinking that you're going to pull away, you're going to go like this, but all I got to do is take my hand down like that and hit him. And it's very easy to get away, you know, boom, and then right through the eyes. He's got me, okay? Now what am I going to do? There's a million things I can do, okay? But why worry about this when they're not harming you, okay? Snap his elbows, go to his eyes, go to his ears, so your hands are always free, your feet are always free, you still have all your weapons. And this guy only has 2 right now, but of course you're not going to just stand there and be like, if he grabs you, he's going to grab you and do something real fast. He's just not going to be like this, and you know, some guys do or whatever, but that's your reaction time, is that split second. If he grabs you, boom, that fast, okay? He grabs me. Okay, he grabs me again, go to his throat. And what I'm doing right here, the collarbone, it only takes like 12 pounds of pressure to break a collarbone, okay? So if I come down with a hammer fist like this, I can break his collarbone easy. But there's a cluster of nerves behind here. All I gotta do is grab here and take him down to his knees, okay? So if he grabs me, anywhere, choke, I'm going to take my hand and just take them straight down the ground. Just like that. So what you can do is you're going to take your fingers and curl into the collarbone, and under your collarbone there's a bunch of nerves. All you got to do.
Vulcan grip, right?
Yeah, exactly. And all you do is go like this. You can take them down to your knee real fast. So there's different pressure points in the head, behind the ears. It's very easy to control a person. Of course, the temple, you know, the bridge of the nose. You know, you'll see all these pressure points on the papers that I showed you, but of course, those are just kind of like basics. And you know, of course, this is a test for next week. You guys got to learn all these pressure points. Okay? But just certain areas, like I said, are basics, and they're quick and easy. You'll be able to get out of a situation very easy, and you don't have to worry about trying to wrestle a guy and fight a guy. Because if him and me, if we ever got in a fight, I wouldn't want to fight him because he's too big. I would be intimidated, you know. So I'd be like, if he ever grabbed a hold of me and took me down the ground, you know, I wouldn't want that. So what I do is use quick, really quick, and simple stuff, you know, boom, that fast, hit to the groin, hit to the eyes, you know. So I'm not going to sit here and bare knuckles with him and start swinging, because if anybody can get hit, you know. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. I'm a master instructor. I'm a 4th degree black belt. If I get hit in the jaw one time, I'm out. What's all that training done? You know, what's all that done, really? But it's prepared me, and it's helped me to train, and because I love the arts. It's not a certificate doesn't mean anything. You can have all the certificates you want, but you can still get knocked out. You can still get beat up. You know, no one is invincible. But these simple things will help you in the street to become, you know, proud of yourself. Yeah, hey, I know a little bit. I'm okay now. You know, ladies can take this, and you can be like, that's pretty easy. I mean, I didn't have to go to a karate school and get a belt or a uniform. I learned a couple of strikes, and you're on your way. Hey, this is Doug Alcock. I'm with the Eclectic Street Self-Defense. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, and we'll have more videos out there for you.